Hello, good morning, and welcome to New Forest Morphs. It's May the 20th, and hopefully everyone's enjoying this beautiful weather. Jared and I had a wonderful weekend. We're out salmon fishing, trying to catch salmon. What have you been catching, Jared?
I've had lots of pike and chub.
Yeah, I've had a second salmon, and my friend this morning caught a beautiful salmon on the fly. And it's nice that this is a lovely time of year. But also we've got plenty of things happening in the snake pit. Clutch 4 is pipped while we've been away for the weekend, and they've actually come out the eggs. So these are triple hets. The father is colt, ultra pied, and the mother is mango, a pastel lesser clown that might have some other genes in her. Have a quick look at the parents, Jared, then we'll go into the cup.
Here's the dad, colt.
Beautiful example of an ultra pied.
Yeah, he's lovely.
Also, with his patterns, he could be carrying another hidden gene that we're trying to work out.
Mango.
Is she doing okay?
Yeah.
Might be going into shed. Right, so here we go, Jared. We got 6 good eggs, and you can see most of them have come out. They're very chunky babies, and they are going to be triple hets. So we're looking at ultra pied clowns, which is lovely. And this is the first one. Let's have a little look at this one here. Any ideas, Jared, as to what you think this is?
It's a pastel lesser.
So it's a pastel lesser, so it's got both the genes from the mother, triple het, and she's very chunky. She probably weighs about 60 grams, but
Big
good
baby.
size. But mango's always a good, strong mother, and they're good feeders, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to sex those once they shed out. So that's looking beautiful. So pleased with that one. This one over here looks like it's a...
Same again.
Same again?
The patterns are a bit different.
Yeah.
Interesting patterns to it.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the het influence.
So we've got 2 here now. Just look at those crazy markings on this one. This was almost like a lesser platy, this one. But they're pretty docile, he says. I've not been bitten yet. But there you get the 2 boys. So one of them looks like it's a pastel, and the other one looks like it's a
pastel lesser.
pastel lesser, but might have the...
The pattern looks really unique in it.
Yeah. Just pretty, isn't it? But
Yeah.
I wonder if it's a platy daddy. Could be the daddy version, you see.
That's it.
But we'll see. It's beautiful. And we'll just put those down there. I'm going to get rid of those eggs. And then there's one over here that is just a normal looking.
Yeah, and that one
Triple
looks like
het.
another normal.
Another normal looker.
And then that's either a pastel or a pastel lesser.
Now we could let them come out. We don't have to cut them, but shall I cut them anyway?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
See what's inside.
Okay.
They're already pretty much out, so it doesn't harm them.
Yeah. So let's just see. I mean, we could just let them come out naturally. Is that one? Should we just see what this one is?
I think it's a pastel lesser again.
Yeah. Give it a helping hand. But they all look healthy animals to me.
Yeah, another pastel lesser.
We've been really lucky with the odds.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
That's an interesting face. Almost giving like a super pastel face.
I'm just trying to think. He's not got pastel though, the boy.
No. That's a look at the face patterns on that pastel lesser,
Yeah.
and then look at the face patterns on that.
It does look super pastel. Just have a look at the boy again to make sure he's not pastel.
I don't think he's pastel.
Pastel as well.
No, I don't think so. He doesn't look pastel to me.
Is that the influence of the ultramel? Remember the clown ultramel having they brighten everything up. I think we've been very
Unless this is just a lesser.
Yeah, and that's the pastel lesser
And that's
maybe.
a pastel lesser.
Yep, could be right there, Jared. We'll see. But they are beautiful, Jared. Really beautiful.
Very bright.
Yeah.
It must be the het influences.
I think we've got het influences bringing about these things, Jared, because you've got the ultramel, clown and pied, all influenced hets, and of course all of them brighten things up, don't they? So, and they join the alien heads together, and so there you go. There's the normal looking one. Got 2 normals, but they're all good sized babies, Jared.
Yeah, they look good.
Now the interesting thing we must say is that we've had a slight differential on temperature between 2 incubators. One was down as 83, the other one was 89. Jared and I were worried about it. We've been twigging it and trying to get it back up. The reality is they've been growing at 83 for 60 days and there's no issue. So although people want to home in and say 89 is the right temps, I believe that if you want a nice slow steady progress where they're absorbing all of their egg yolk, in this case you can see how chunky they are, I think you get more solid and stronger animals, Jared, on a lower temp.
And they're only 4 days late.
Yeah, so I'm thinking there's not a lot in it really. So let's get them back on heat. And the other good news is we've got clutch number 11 that's actually arrived. So it's going to be actually a triple billing, because we're going to show you what Curiosity's given us. She has given us at least 1 slug. You can see 1 slug in there, but we'll show you that in a second. But also we've had some sheds on some of our babies that we're going to show you on the beautiful Batman project shed out, and we'll show you that as well. And I think there's some sheds occurring on the Champagne project, which is the grey matter. So we'll have a look at those too. So we'll put number 4 back in the incubator. We've got number 5 coming in 2 or 3 days, Jared.
Yep.
So you can have a quick look at those to see if they are dimpling.
And that's going to be the possible super gravels that are het clown.
Super gravel het clowns. Hopefully it's the super gravel.
Yeah, it'll prove the boy out.
Yeah. Let's just have a quick look and see how these are dimpling. I think it's nice sometimes just to air them out as well, give them some fresh air. And the tubs we're using, we don't use press and seal, we actually use tubs that have seals built in.
Yeah.
Can you see those blue seals, Jared? Saves you messing with the press and seal. And you can see how much condensation's in there. I tend to put the water back in on the corner, so it keeps the humidity, but look how well dimpled they are, Jared. Yeah. So we've got another cut coming soon, and again we'll wait for them to pip, even though the temptation is to cut them.
Yeah,
I think
you can see they've got a good dimple on them.
Yeah. And they've been in an incubator where the temps have been slightly less than what you'd expect.
Yeah, so you want them to go full term at least.
Yeah, I think so. I'll just even though it's only got a couple of days, it won't make a massive bearing. I don't like water on eggs. You certainly don't want water on eggs in the early stages, because it can actually lead to moulding, but on the whole I think we're pretty good, Jared. So yeah. If we hit some super gravels, Jared, it will prove out the boy as being a gravel clown.
Yep.
So that's the good news.
And it will help us with our super gravel clown projects.
Absolutely.
And highway projects.
Yeah, and we've been doing our accounts this morning for the company, and they're looking quite good at the moment, Jared. So I think we're starting to get to the point where we're starting to recuperate some of our investments, but, which is lovely. We're getting to the point where all the infrastructure's in. So the first 3 years, 4 years is always going to be expensive and costly, but now you're making good production, making good sales, making some lovely animals for future breeding. It's all starting to happen for us. So I'll put clutch 5 back in there, and then I think the next stage, Jared, do you want to lift the girl?
No, you can do it.
Should I do it? Okay, so Curiosity, this is her 3rd attempt at a clutch. Last year she gave us 2. Actually, before we go on to this, I must say that we've got to give you an update on this pastel leopard, yellow belly, triple het, ultra male clown pied girl. So this is going to go in the project that we were showing you, the ones that pipped. And let's have a look at her and see how she's doing. She's carrying Orange Dream, Leopard, Pastel and Triple Het female. Now the strategy here is to get the female ready so that the babies that you've just seen, Jared, if we get a lesser Pastel Triple Het boy, that will go into this girl, and then we've got a chance of hitting multi-combo Triple Hets. Not a massive chance, but a chance. The other option we've got is we put the colt to her. So if we put colt to her, we'll hit some hopefully double visuals that will be through shed testing. We'll work out if they're het for clown, and then if we produce a boy, we put that boy back to her to get a better chance of hitting the triple visual. So if you put a double visual into a triple visual, the chances are 1 in 8. If you put a triple to a triple is 128. If you put a single double het to a triple het, it's 1 out of 64. So the odds come dramatically down when you start using visuals. So the strategy might be plug in the father, or plug in colt, which will bring in a new bloodline into there, and then produce a double visual that hopefully through shed testing will have 100% het for clown, and then we use that boy into the babies that we're going to be growing up on this clutch number 4. And then we'll be able to hit, hopefully if we get an army of 3 girls, keep all 3 girls, build them up to the next 3 years, and then we're ready to go to hit that project. So it is about a 5-year project, but you know, we're making good progress. And let's just weigh her and see how she's weighing in. Right, Jared, what's your guesstimate on her weight? She's eating well?
Yeah, she feeds well.
Yeah.
She's got to be about.
She's got
100 grams. 800.
800?
850.
850. 865. So
Okay.
I think that with the right approach, we could get her ready for next season at 865, Jared.
Yeah.
So we've got 5 or 6 months for her to build up to 1500. If she averages over, let's say, 120 grams a month, times 5 months, you're looking at a good 600-700 grams. That will take her right up to the 1500. The other option is to give her a second year to get up to say 2,500 to 3,000 and then breed with her.
Yeah.
So it depends on what we want to do and where she is, what her condition is, and how her follicles are building. So I think I'll just put this back and then let's lift that clutch. Right, Curiosity. See if you're gonna behave yourself and not get too aggressive with me. You can see there's one little slug there. Hopefully she's not sitting on a clutch of slugs. You gave us so many slugs last year. We ended up with 2 babies. In fact, let me just show you her babies, Jack. If I bring those 2 out.
I'll probably do her quite quick, otherwise she'll get annoyed.
Alright, we'll come back to the babies in a second then. Yeah.
I
I can see some nice eggs in there. And it's just a question of how many she's going to give us, really. She's quite a nervous snake.
More than 2, which is nice.
Yeah. Right, Jared. Are you sure you don't want to lift her?
I can do it if you want.
I think if you lift her, because I've done a lot of lifting, and yeah, everyone's going to say you're chickening out, Paul.
You are.
Nice little clutch. Well done. She's done swell, Jared. I think compared to last year, a lot better. Would you say?
Yeah.
Very possessive
Good
of those.
girl.
So just one little slug, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 good eggs, and 1 slug. So
Yeah.
she's going to go into there, and then Jared will go on her bath later. So excellent. Okay. Now we prepared one earlier. So if you get the smaller of the 2, that's it. We've got the big one in there for a big clutch. We get a big clutch later, Jared. And I think we'll candle them as well, shall we? So just put that over there. How's that looking? There's not plenty of humidity in there, Jared?
Yeah.
So I can leave them as they lay. Nice.
The nice thing is they're very flat.
Nice
so
and
2,
flat.
4, 6, 7 eggs with 1 slug.
Such a good result, Jared. Such a good result. And yeah, Jared's going to get the light and candle these for us. So we've got a 1 in 16 chance of getting the pastel Axanthic clown. Now having 7 eggs means there's probably a 50-50 chance of getting one, Jared.
Yeah, I mean last year we hit.
Yeah.
Last year we did 2 eggs.
Yeah.
And hit 1 visual on each, so.
Yeah, hopefully she's got veins in them.
Good veins.
Good veins. Good veins. Good veins. Good veins. Good veins. Good veins. Good veins.
All looking good.
Oh, I'm so happy, Jared.
Good clutch.
If we hit
So
our,
good job.
we'd like to get a boy that's an Axanthic pastel. It could be a super pastel Axanthic clown, and then we can bring him into the breeding rotation and put him back to the mother. And I think that would then give us a much better chance of hitting Axanthic clowns. They're VPO as well, but they're beautiful eggs. Compared to last season, Jared, I'm so pleased because last season we only had the 2 eggs And if you want to put the lid on that and get them on heat, and then we'll bring out the babies.
Let's try that.
Do you want some? Yeah. We'll bring out the babies and show you how they're doing. And I think they're both girls, aren't they, Joe?
Yeah, both girls.
Yeah. So they'll take a couple of years to get up to size.
We can get that on.
Yeah. So clutch number 11 has arrived, and there's your sticker, Jared, from there. So we put a sticker on there.
And then we'll just update this. Is the pen?
Update the card.
Where's the pen gone?
Pen over here.
Dropping everything
today. So. Actually, where's the pen gone, Jared?
Yeah.
Getting organised.
So we've got 7 eggs and
7
1
eggs
slug.
and 1 slug. Yeah.
So there's 7 good eggs and 1 slug. So they're due by the 19th of July.
Let's have a look at that. So there we go. So that is Galileo to Curiosity. Chances of a super pastel Axanthic VPI clown.
That'd be beautiful.
And there's probably one of those could well be that, Jared. So hopefully more. But we'll see. We'll hold our breath.
We won't hold our breath.
Not for 60 days.
Hold your breath if you
Not
want.
for 60 days, anyway. Oh dear. So that's all fun. It's all happening here at New Forest Morphs. I hope everyone's enjoying it. And Jab will bring back the babies from last year and give you an update. And we'll bring the scales, we'll weigh them up and see how they're doing as well. So you can see this is last year's babies, and are they doing well? Very well indeed. They're firecrackers, they love to feed and eat.
Yeah, little snappers.
They are little snappers, and again, this is the Axanthic. We think they're both het for the other genetic, but we haven't tested them yet. But Jared reckons that the darkness
How dark
of
that is for a pastel clown.
If you look at the darkness of that pastel clown, the Axanthic influence is probably coming out.
See the blacks coming around here?
Yeah.
And towards the tail as well, look at that.
That's
black and grey almost.
It's asking for Axanthic all over, isn't it?
We just get our head pointing that way.
Yeah. There's no blade in them as well, is there?
No, not in this one.
No.
They are biters.
She's a firecracker.
This one's got me many times, but look at that.
Yeah.
You really can see.
Yeah. I'm hoping you're right, Jab. We can have it shed tested. But
I would bet. Oh, I turned it off.
okay.
It's one of those mornings for me.
Would you bet on it, Jab?
I would bet that she is.
Yeah.
If I was to take a bet.
Okay.
If I was a gambling man, $2.95.
So that's not bad because they're only what, coming up for 10 months old.
Yeah, they're not that old.
Yeah. And
They were one of the late.
They were quite a late clutch. I think they were like a July or August clutch.
So this one's the Axanthic.
They're mainly
Pastel Axanthic. They're both pastels as well, as to note.
The father's super pastel.
Look at that.
So isn't that just beautiful? I do love the Axanthics, Jared. And we're going to aim to get a lot of Axanthic into our collection.
So there's pastel Axanthic, possible het clown.
Beautiful.
And it's 66% het clown, isn't it?
Yeah. But I think it's got the
330.
markings for being het for clown on it, because look at the dripping going over the side of the aim heads. See all the drips? So how much is that?
330.
330. So the other one was how much?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Just where we're going, sorry. Yeah. So I want to see if they have similar size.
295.
295.
So the other one's a bit big. The other one's probably had one more meal.
Yep. But they were feeding from day one, weren't they?
Yeah, they've been really good.
That's so good, Jared.
Feeding and biting.
And then if you bring out the Batman clutch, we might as well have a look and see the amount of shed and see whether we've got a better idea on those.
Right.
So there you go, you can see the sheds, and I think the clown shed out, which is lovely.
Let's get in there. There's the clown.
Isn't that just beautiful?
I put it on there. You get a nice black background on it.
So we'll get a picture for Instagram as well. And she is, how much does she weigh?
40 grams.
Is that
no,
all?
that's not right. I took the thing off of her.
She's got to be a lot more than that. Oh, I see. We've got to weigh.
I took this off. So
you weigh the tub on top of that.
I just zero.
What's that? Zero out and now weigh her again.
75.
75. So she's chunky. Beautiful. Isn't she beautiful? So what would you say is in there? Vanilla? Pastel?
I guess vanilla, pastel, leopard.
Leopard, Enchi?
I think so, with that head pattern. I think it's everything apart from the spot nose.
Yeah. So
I have to take a guess.
Full June animal, but we need some spot nose in her to get the Batman combo.
Yeah.
But I think vanilla and pastel look beautiful together. Look at the brightness of those yellows.
And then, if you want to see a cute little thing.
Yeah, which way is that one put on? That's at the leopard vanilla.
50 grams.
50 grams, so a little bit smaller. He's very shy, isn't he?
Getting to pop his head out for you.
Stunning, Jared. Absolutely stunning as a pair. There we go. So that's what we were looking for the Batman project. And
it's funny, last year we hit 2 spot nose, this year we hit 2 leopards.
Yeah. And this one I think could be vanilla, pastel, leopard. Could be Enchi as well, with the hair stamp.
I think Enchi, yeah.
Do you think there's an Enchi in there?
Yeah.
Let me just get the light on it. Let's just turn it.
I think it's even more Enchi than the other one.
I come around the other
Come
side.
Yeah.
It's probably better this side. All those beautiful creations, and this is what you can create with the right genetics, and I think it's stunning. And I think the vanilla has an amazing look about it, Jared.
A handful of leopards and spot noses and lessers.
Yeah, and this is the other ones that we've got, which some of these will become available. If anybody wants to get into the project, we shall get them feeding, get them ready for sale.
Handful of noodles.
And what do you think? Mainly leopards in there?
Yeah, leopards. There's a couple leopards, couple spot noses.
Yeah. Couple
Lovely
of
snakes though.
Lessers, but a lovely, lovely project.
We'll get these set up soon.
Let's have another look at that one, Jared, so you can see under the light, see what we've got. So it's definitely a leopard Enchi, possibly vanilla pastel, just lacking the spot nose. If it had spot nose, it would be the Batman.
Yeah.
But if anyone's got any comments and wants to make a comment on what they think that is, I don't think it's the Batman, although it does look really beautiful. And there's the other one there. So there we go, that's the clowns out of that. We're going to set them up into their individual rubs, and then we'll offer them a meal next week probably.
Yeah.
We don't rush in feeding our animals. We tend to let them digest their food from the egg first and then get them into a hungry state. You can instill a negative feeding thing in there, can't you, Jared?
Yeah.
So that's what we do. So I think that's about it. We've got some other clutches coming. So let's have a quick look at Ember. She's probably the next one to go. So
I always do this when I check her. Let pull her out. Keep going.
okay. Let's see if there's eggs.
That's how you can tell.
Oh, okay. But she's built the nest. Let's have a look at the top and see. Oh, she's great. She's going to be producing some wonderful snakes for us.
Yeah, it won't be long.
Enchi Fire Het DG girl we produced 4 years ago, and she's going to give us eggs soon, and we're doing so well on the egg production this year. Very few slugs, Jared.
Very few.
So we dialed in all the temps to achieve that.
That was our first slug, isn't it?
No, we've had one other slug.
No, one more.
Two
So
slugs.
2 slugs.
Out of
That's
11
really
clutches. Yeah.
Compared to last year.
And the other thing that I'm excited about, which I don't think we updated last time, what we need to, is Koji. We checked her on the ultrasound. She is the leopard double het DG Pied. She's got 35mm follicles, Jared. And as a result, she should probably go to full term.
Yeah.
And we've got the chance of hitting leopard DG Pieds, which would be wonderful. Her sister, unfortunately, didn't go for us, and she's reabsorbed, but she'll be good for next year. She looks chunky enough.
Out of the 2, the other one's the one we wanted to do more.
But also the other thing that could happen for us, we're hoping, she's got loads of eggs, and hopefully she's building. This pastel het DG het clown girl, Harley Quinn, She gave our friend we bought this snake from a lovely clutch of eggs last year, and it was late in July when she gave us those eggs, or gave him those eggs. Just look how beautiful she is now. Look at the size of her, Jared, building nicely. I'm hoping she's been locking with Bozo. I'm going to show you Bozo. He is a pastel DG het clown boy, and we're trying to produce some pastel DG clowns.
Deep in shed.
Is he deep in shed?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. So that's the other project that could go for us as late in the season. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get the Axanthic VPI Pieds, and we also get the DG Pieds with the leopard, and we get the pastel clown as well. Thanks for watching, and we shall see you next week. Bye for now.